This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
A live look at the roads this Labor Day weekend as people start to head out of town. Here we are in Alton, right in front of the sign. A thunderstorm has moved out, but the rain you can see is lingering. A little bit of showers there. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. The heat advisory is expiring right now, but there are still spot showers popping up all over the area. Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell.
And we're going to keep that weather alert going for a couple more hours. We still have a couple of flash flood warnings that we're tracking out there this evening, even though the heaviest rain in those areas where there was potentially some flooding has weakened somewhat, but that's the main threat. Some gusty winds and some downpours with some of these storms that could impact your traveling and also could impact some of our high school football games. Most of the action is to the north and west of St. Louis and the metro area right now. We have one flash flood warning over here to parts of Macoupin and Montgomery counties. That does include Interstate 55, although one would think the water at this point is draining pretty quickly. Here's that storm that just kind of scooted through. We had one earlier that went through Alton. Here's another one that kind of clipped Alton, but more up towards Godfrey and Lewis and Clark Community College there. And then you have some stronger storms, northern portions of Calhoun County into Pike County, stretching back into northern Lincoln County. The other flash flood warning, which will expire in about 58 minutes, out into parts of Warren and Lincoln counties. So we're watching everything kind of wind down. Maybe some gusty breezes with a few of these storms. Unlikely we're going to have that much in the way of severe weather.
Now to a developing story in Lincoln County where a man is in jail accused of using an 11-year-old girl as a human shield and attacking 2 police officers. Police were called to a domestic disturbance in Moscow Mills last night. Officers say when they arrived, Jeffrey Price ran to a nearby home and took an 11-year-old girl hostage. Investigators say when Price let the child go, he then attacked the 2 officers. A Moscow Mills officer had serious head injuries, and a Lincoln County Sheriff's deputy has 2 broken fingers. The girl was not physically hurt. Price is being held now on a $1 million bond. A St. Louis County community has more answers tonight about its Superfund site in Bridgeton. Just 24 hours ago, the Environmental Protection Agency had its open house on Westlake Landfill. And our Justina Cornell joins us live in the newsroom with more details on next steps. Justina.
Well, and the EPA explained the cleanup efforts that will be happening at the 200-acre site, Westlake Landfill. Descriptive maps were presented, and I'm told this is the first time they've ever been shown.
This is obviously the deepest one right here.
These detailed designs are more than maps. For the advocacy group Just Moms STL, it's a roadmap for remediation.
This is the first time that we've seen these maps.
After more than a decade of dedication, the duo has seen a first.
It shows exactly where they're going to do the cleanup, and we haven't seen that before.
On Thursday night, EPA shared these images to the Bridgeton open house on the Superfund site, Westlake Landfill. The landfill holds radioactive waste from the atomic bomb, and the EPA is required to clean it up.
This is going to be a very surgical dig. It's going to be, the deepest they're going to go is about 28, 29 feet. So it is not a massive hole in the ground. And the way they're going to do it is little areas, and that they quickly backfill and then move on. So there won't be anything left open.
Co-founder Don Chapman said more waste was found, which means it'll cost $113 million more, resulting in a $400 million project.
The crowd was, as crazy as it seems, I think felt a little more hopeful, because they were seeing this.
It's a mix of emotions for co-founder Karen Nickel.
That's pretty gut-wrenching, knowing that it's been sitting there for 30 plus years, so much more than they were aware of.
They believe in the power of people, and they say public pressure and persistence led them here.
God, I'm hoping I'm gonna be here to see this happen.
What's next on their roadmap to make it to the finish line?
We are those people. And it stops with us.
I would say I'll never stop fighting. I'll take my last breath fighting this issue.
While there was some progress last night, there is no timeline for remediation. A spokesperson for the EPA tells me it's currently reviewing the remedial design. Once cleanup begins, it could take about 2 to 5 years to finish.
Today, students and staff at school districts across the Metro East and Southern Illinois are wearing pink as a show of support for a little girl fighting for her life.
5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki spent the day in Freeburg, where the community is showing what it means to be Josie Strong. He is in studio with the latest on a story that has gone viral.
That's exactly right, Kelly and Ann. As we speak, 7-year-old Josie Kramer is undergoing surgery to remove a tumor that was just discovered last week. I spoke with family friends who told me seeing the signs of support from complete strangers has given them renewed hope.
No matter where you look in Freeburg, it's easy to see signs of support for 7-year-old Josie Kramer.
She's a bundle of joy. She comes in with a smile from ear to ear, and she makes my job easier.
August 19th, Josie got sick at school with what was believed to be a stomach bug.
And then by the next day, about 3:30 in the afternoon, she did not go to school that day, but she was going to go to the doctor to get some GI tests, but then she went into a seizure, mini stroke, and they were worried that she wasn't going to wake up from that.
Doctors at Children's Hospital quickly discovered Josie was fighting a tumor.
The first time her mom told me, it was a cry fest for a bit, but everyone is being really positive about it, so that makes it a lot easier.
It was a similar reaction across many Southern Illinois communities where students wore pink as a show of support for a little girl many of them had never even met.
I have my pink, I have my earrings, and she made me this, so I'm wearing this for her.
Businesses across the region also jumped on board, and a Columbia dentist even sang her a song.
'Cause you still got a lot of fight left, Josie.
Honestly, we've kind of compared it more to a movement just because of the way that it has grown and touched every single person, whether or not they know Josie or the Kramer family.
While Josie's prognosis is still unclear,
Well, I want everyone to pray for her, everyone.
family and friends say the community support will help them all remain Josie strong.
The first time I see her, I'm going to give her a big hug, and maybe I'll make a bracelet and give it to her this time.
Several business owners told me they are doing fundraisers and donation drives for Josie, but her family told me at this time they don't need money or even a meal train. But if anyone knows Taylor Swift, they know a sweet 7-year-old that would love to meet her. Ann?
Coming up, a recount ordered in one very close primary race. How many votes separated the winner from the loser?
Plus, the Gateway Cup returns this weekend. The historic town added to the route.